As an employee, contractor, or visitor, you are required to take reasonable care for your own health and safety. Take reasonable care to ensure your emissions do not adversely affect the health and safety of other persons. Comply as far as is reasonable to any instruction that is given. The company has implemented 13 cardinal rules for safety. These are a set of rules about the behaviour of employees and contractors that the company has identified as important to ensure good safety performance and accident prevention in their operations. You are required to adhere to these rules at all times. Throughout this induction, references to the cardinal rules will be made. In line with cardinal rules, a formal Stop Work Authorisation programme has been implemented. Every employee, contractor and visitor has the authority to stop work when it is deemed unsafe and to report their concern. On-site security service contributes to the provision of safety for people and buildings. They will also provide assistance during emergency situations. Security operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on site, and is responsible for managing the CCTV system. All contractors and visitors must report to security upon arrival at the main gate. Induction is mandatory and valid for 1 year. If your induction has expired, you will be required to attend the induction again before gaining entry. Photography of any nature is prohibited unless authorised. This includes the taking of photos on mobile phones. The use, sale, transfer or possession of drugs or controlled substances on site is prohibited. Any person found to be in breach of the drug and alcohol policy may face disciplinary action or removal from site. Smoking is only permitted in designated areas. If you see anything that could be considered as a security risk, report it immediately. COVID-19 continues to impact how we all work on site. Therefore, in line with government guidelines, the company has implemented suitable control measures to minimise the chance of contracting the virus. Employees, contractors and visitors have a responsibility to follow our strict rules on COVID-19 as we work to minimise the risk of spreading the virus. Take time to familiarise yourself with the rules around COVID-19, displayed on our notice boards and in other spaces across our sites. When the fire alarm sounds, act immediately. The fire alarm system is designed and engineered to provide you with an early warning to allow you to safely exit the building during an emergency situation. Evacuate the building by way of the safest and nearest emergency exit. Do not return to your desk or work area to collect personal belongings. Once outside, move away from the building. Assemble in your designated assembly area or at your nearest assembly point, based on your route of exit. Never re-enter the building until you are instructed to do so by the Emergency Response Coordinator. If you discover a fire, do the following. Activate the alarm by pushing a red call point. Notify others in the area where possible. Evacuate the building via the nearest emergency exit. A number of fire extinguishers are provided throughout the facility. Only tackle a fire if you are trained to do so and if it is safe to do so. Please note that the fire alarm systems are checked weekly. Where applicable, a pre-announcement over the public address system will be made. You will not be required to respond. Fire evacuation drills are scheduled to occur throughout the year. When on site, you are required to participate accordingly. In the event of a medical emergency, please contact your supervisor, HSE department or host immediately. First aiders have been trained and are available to assist. The site is also equipped with several first aid stations and automatic emergency defibrillators. Consult notice boards across the site for emergency information, including the location of emergency equipment and the names of fire marshals and first aiders. It is compulsory for employees, contractors, and visitors to wear personal protective equipment that meets our site's minimum standard. You are responsible to maintain your personal protective equipment in a good condition. Contractors have a responsibility to provide their own personal protective equipment. Adhere to all notices and signs displayed throughout the site indicating where PPE is required. Where respiratory protective equipment is required, face-fit testing is to be conducted. Excessive noise can cause permanent or disabling hearing damage, which can be hearing loss that gets worse over time, such as tinnitus. Regular noise assessments are conducted and, as a result, certain areas have been deemed as noise zones. Adhere to all signage and instruction regarding the wearing of hearing protection in these zones. Warning signs come in many different configurations, colours and sizes. Signs are placed in the work environment to warn employees of workplace hazards that may not be immediately and easily recognisable. Symbolic signs are often used as a means of visual communication that is superior than words. Safety signs are mandatory and must be complied with at all times. Failure to comply with workplace safety signs could result in serious injury and may also be considered a serious breach of our company safety policy. Our vision at Wyman Gordon is to continuously set new standards of safety, quality and production within the forging industry. Thank you for your attention today.